We have almost arrived now at Stormblood, and the journey has been a fun one so far in Final Fantasy XIV. However, there are things to do before Endwalker in Final Fantasy XIV, and Zepla made a video about it, and today we will find out what we should do before Endwalker comes out, and I'm really excited. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's find out what we should do.
Hey Bun, so today we're going to talk about all the stuff that is pretty important, I think, for you to try to get done before Endwalker, stuff that might be affected by the upcoming stat squish.
Squish?
We don't know at this time quite how severe it's
Are they rebalancing again?
We don't know if the stat squish is going to severely impact how easy it currently is to do unsynced content and other content that might be affected. So I'm going to get into all that. And with the Endwalker being about a little over 2 months away, I think now is a good time to set some reasonable goals that you could feasibly do between now and then. That'll keep you busy anyway, but now might be the best time to do those things. So
before they get nerfed.
Unsynced content. So like I said, we are getting that big stat squish that's coming in Endwalker, and we don't know right now how much it will affect unsyncing. Right now, you can easily unsync old Extreme Trials.
Oh, that's actually... One second, that's actually quite interesting what's here. So the increase in gear stats between level 50 and 80 will be more limited. Oh, okay. Overall HP, attributes and damage values will be reduced. Wait a second. Yo, they're nerfing everyone. Enemy HP and damage that will also be reduced. Ah, okay. Experience points will be reduced. So leveling will become more slow. Enemies and us, we will lose HP. Oh shit, okay. Ah, I see what they're trying to do. So they're trying to bring people that are like mid-game and end-game more closer to each other or something. I don't know.
Old Extreme
Sounds
Trials,
like that.
and just sort of blaze through them, easy to
easy peasy,
farm
yeah.
mounts and things like that. But they did say that they will be adding a small buff in Endwalker that will compensate for the stat squish somewhat, that will make the unsyncing less painful, but we don't know how effective that buff will be. We don't know, like, compared to now, how easy it will be. And a lot of people are speculating that it will be harder to do unsynced content because, I mean, it's probably better to err on the side of caution.
So you should farm now those.
I would suggest getting all of your raid and trial mounts from the Extreme Trials from past expansions and the previous Savage raids that you can currently unsync. You might want to get all those. Their puppies, their ponies, their birds, and all of that.
Yeah, it would be way harder.
Time to try to farm those out before the stat squish and Endwalker happens. You want to complete the Coils of Bahamut unsynced if you don't want to go through the super high difficulty raid. Most people do tend to just go through unsynced to watch all the cutscenes and experience the story.
I actually like the challenge more, I think. But if they're like unique mounts to run multiple times.
Into Charlian, that is the homeland of Archon Louisoix, and the Coils of Bahamut story teaches you about the fate of what happened to Archon Louisoix, and that's going to be really important information as we go there to Charlian and try to piece together the puzzle of whatever the Endwalker story will be. So if you do enjoy the story and you haven't done Coils, well, you are kind of regretted by the time we get to Charlian. So go do that unsynced. I would say do it unsynced now before the expansion, so you'll be fresh when you get into the expansion, and so that hopefully after the stat squish, it won't be much harder to do unsynced, because right now we don't really know. I should also mention that Natsuko Ishikawa, the main writer for Shadowbringers and Endwalker, has suggested that you do this. Like, you definitely want to do Coils of Bahamut to watch all the cutscenes.
Okay, maybe I should do it like unsynced. Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, she's such a good writer, like Natsuko Ishikawa. Like I'm really in love with like the whole story and lore of Final Fantasy XIV. I think it's very, very well done, and I'm crazy picky when it comes to lore because I have like higher standards from games that I've played. Like, I'll give you guys an example. World of Warcraft, for example, has some really, really deep lore, and I've been playing Elder Scrolls games like my whole life, you could say, and Elder Scrolls has some really, really crazy deep lore. So coming from WoW and Elder Scrolls Online, like my lore standards are quite high, you could say. And Final Fantasy XIV is definitely meeting my standards. I think the lore is good, so good job by Natsuko, like seriously.
At least do it unsynced. She also recommended that you complete the Omega Raid series from Stormblood. She said that these are both going to be important to know about for the Endwalker story. So she said that was a pretty important side content.
So the lore is built upon this
expansion, and again, stuff that you can unsync now. Honestly, Omega even unsynced is not the easiest, but you can get through it. You can go through.
I'll go with my FC in maybe if they want.
The chicken tenders.
I'll get a good pre-made.
Might be affected by the stat squish as well. So I mean, is there time to do an ultimate before Endwalker? Yes, sure. Why not? Yeah. Okay. I mean, you could. There's probably time. You could do.
Wait, they are making ultimates more difficult?
While you're unsyncing old content is farming glamours from old dungeons and old raids and things. Might want to look at the Eureka collection website and search through the gear sets there and see maybe there's any gear sets that you really want to hunt down. You also want to prepare gear for the various jobs or roles you might be considering playing or maining in Endwalker. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to get a business
machinist, samurai,
jobs, though,
maybe ninja.
To do,
summoner,
like super ready for the new expansion, but having a decent set for the jobs you're thinking about going into the new expansion with, and keeping in mind that Reaper will be considered a maiming job, so it will be sharing gear with Dragoon.
With Dragoon,
so you might want to maybe level Dragoon, get some of that maiming gear that could be shared, and like also work on Reaper. Or you could gather even the glamour.
So I should get Dragoon
glamour for Reaper, so you can look cool. Though keep in mind that it is what is on the inside that counts. I know this is pretty rich coming from me, but you want to clean up your inventory?
Oh shit, my inventory is so full.
My inventory has not been good lately, so
like my inventory literally doesn't look better. I have I think like 10 slots left, maybe like 10, maybe 11, I'm not sure, like 10, 11. Like last night I checked, there was like just like a little bit left here. And like same with my armory chest, like I have everything like 28, 30 or so already. So I have like not so much space anymore. And I don't know what I should sell. What can I get back? Like I'm probably gonna like maybe sell everything as like super low level. And all those like blue items, anything that I have, I'll just put in the glamour. Yeah, in the glamour dresser probably.
So look, I feel your pain if you also are suffering right now with terrible
inventory. Oh shit, yeah.
You know,
I wish we had storage chests.
Have made the guide on how to clean up your bags in the game. So
Zepla made one. Okay,
I'll put a link
from
to
2019. Okay, I should look at that.
Watch the guide from the person that really knows how to clean up their inventory. Really.
Yeah. We just saw that now.
You're gonna want to do that.
I mean, people.
At some point before the expansion, but you can.
And people change,
right? You can just put it off. You can do that later. You want to gear up and level your retainers. Your retainers, of course, being your bank.
Wait, why?
In the game, for some people who
why level?
Know what retainers are.
Yeah, but why level them?
I'm very excited about retainers in the expansion because I will have Bunny Boy. I'll have Bunny Boy retainers. I'll have my harem there for me. You also want to clean up and prepare your UI. Maybe even reconsider your setup a little bit. Because I recently changed my UI after I got the Logitech G600 mouse. No, I'm not paid. I'm not sponsored by Logitech, but I have enjoyed the mouse a lot, and it's caused me to reconfigure my hotbars and everything. And it took me, basically what I'm saying is, if you're thinking about getting an MMO mouse going into the new expansion, you are probably going to want to get it like at least a month before.
So you can get used to it.
A good solid month to really get a handle on it, and the more time that you can give yourself to get used to a new mouse where you have a bunch of buttons on the side of it.
Wow, but this will make also gaming so complicated. Like imagine not only you have to handle like your freaking keyboard while playing, but now you have like freaking buttons on the mouse, and then you have like still like the CTRL or maybe like shift bars, right? Like wow, then you have to handle like multiple things.
The better, because it was very, very difficult and very awkward for me for like at least a month. So I wouldn't want to play without it. It's incredible. I'm really glad I have it now. But if you are going to change your setup in that way, get a new mouse, then you want to get it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be struggling with it when the expansion is new. Like it was very
well, I would probably not get it. It would be too complex. Like my brain will die from this.
And this video was made before I got the mouse, so the hotbars don't look the same as they do now. But I did talk about how I set up my UI. I talked about my job change menu. and how I created that. So all that, I'll link to that in the description box down below so you can get an idea on how I do things. You also want to inform yourself on all of the upcoming job changes. Now, we're expecting to hear more about that later this month, maybe in the last.
Wait, that's very important. So the job changes. So are there going to be like patch notes? I want to know like what's getting buffed. Like for example, I'm really in love with Machinist, but I've like seen in FF logs, I'm not sure like how accurate it is today, but like Machinist is like a bit lower DPS in comparison to other DPS jobs. And I've heard something really cool about Summoner, and I'm not sure if that is true, but they want to make like the summoning of the pets more easier and more smooth and stuff. So how is it now if I like summon Ifrit? Like I just press one button and then like I attack happens at the same time that I summon, or like I don't know what kind of like stuff is going to be simplified with like the summonings. But I have my eyes on Machinist with hopes of like a bit of a damage buff to be more in line with like some of the casters or something. And yeah, I hope like the summoning of Summoner gets a bit better, because it is a bit clunky right now, let's be honest.
To hear more about that later this month, maybe in the live letter that's upcoming this weekend. So stay tuned for that. Try to
Summer would be interesting, maybe.
The Final Fantasy 14 news. Check
Should
the
level it
Lodestone
too
as often as you can, and we will hopefully very soon learn more about the new jobs and what major changes are coming to existing jobs, so we can like make informed decisions about, you know, which jobs do I really want to gear up right now in preparation for the expansion. What do I really want to main? You want to get the level 3 FC buffs ready. Okay, so
yeah,
I actually don't run an active FC. I really just don't have time to run an FC or to be in an active FC where there's a lot
I think my FC has like really good buffs already.
The Discord and Twitch and everything else. But I can
they grind it hard for
like
it.
Me and you're not in an FC where they have the FC buffs ready. I know that the highest level FC buff is tier 3, Heat of Battle. That's 15% XP buff. That's what I meant. I'm talking about XP buffs here. That's really going to be amazing for you.
I think we have that actually. Like ever since I joined an FC, I level a bit faster, it seems like. Like I'm not kidding, guys. I really feel like I'm leveling faster now.
Whenever you're leveling in the early days of the expansion.
It's cool.
And, so if you're like me, you might want to pick up some Squadron Battle Manuals. Those will give you 15% XP bonus, so that's as good as the best FC buff. But it only lasts for 2 hours. But for me, that's been fine.
You can do a few dungeon runs.
With my
you do 2-3 runs, maybe.
Sending them out on the missions,
depending
and
on
getting
your
as many battle manuals as I can as we go into Endwalker. I'm just trying to collect them and not use them. Well, actually, I don't need to use them because I have all my jobs at max level. So
I need to work on that still, but I can't because I need to finish Shadowbringers on time. I can only focus 2-3 jobs now. That hurts.
As for the story, now I mentioned at the start of this video, we were talking a little bit about coils, and we were talking about Omega a little bit. Those were the two things that Natsuko Ishikawa, the writer, said that you really should go through. Like that's the most important recommendations that she had if you want any kind of hints on the story for Endwalker or any important backstory for Endwalker. But in addition to that, she gave some other recommendations. If you have more time, like if you have more time than just clearing out coils and Omega, she said that you should also do previous side content because Endwalker is intended to be a conclusion. It's supposed to be a big conclusion to this huge story arc that we've been having since the beginning of the game.
Wait a moment, but she's saying it's gonna be a conclusion. Does that mean this will be the last expansion? I hope not. Like, Final Fantasy XIV will get more expansions or no? Because right now this game is growing so much. That would be actually sad. Like, imagine you have like a game that has been growing 4 years, and then suddenly there's like even bigger growth, and then you're like, oh, we're just gonna release the last expansion, and then it's over. I hope not, really. I hope there's like at least like 1 or 2 more expansions after Endwalker.
And so I think it's going to be sort of like we might get little reminders of all the little people and all the little places that we met along the way. And so she suggested that you do 4 lore.
Or maybe relatives or foreign comrades that appear. Like, hey, I'm the brother or sister of or the cousin of.
All the
would be interesting.
And also doing Eureka and Baja. Now, as for Baja, that would be my suggestion that you focus on. I would strongly suggest that you finish Baja Citadel, all the Save the Queen
Baja.
story before Endwalker, because I believe that that content is going to die for a while after the expansion launches. Like, I don't think it's going to be dead forever because Baja is very good leveling content from 70 to 80, but yeah, it's probably going to be really difficult to do that for quite some time. And Baja is important because that's how you can get your relic weapons. That's the main thing that I'm focusing on right now. As we're going into Endwalker, I'm collecting as many beautiful, sparkly, shiny.
Wow,
relic
that's
weapons
that's
and
a
you do
nice
that
thought right
from
there.
doing a Baja
Oh,
Citadel. So
holy shit, yo, this Paladin one. If I was playing Paladin, I consider maining this kind of weapon glamour. Yo, this looks interesting. It looks like a freaking glowing crystal sword with some gold on it. Yo, that really would fit a Paladin. Now imagine you had like a silver and golden armor.
So
Wow.
I'm gonna put on screen. I think I'll try to show somewhere on
Ooh,
screen.
the Black Mage staff
where
looks
you can
nice
go
too.
to unlock that, and I strongly suggest that you do that before the expansion. You could also do Eureka. That was another thing Natsuko Ishikawa suggested doing, which was kind of odd. I wonder if we will actually get an update on the Eureka story. Eureka is still active. You know, Eureka is similar to Baja content.
To level
that
up my
is no longer
summoner
as active
these
as
days.
it was when it was out in Stormblood, but there's still plenty of people doing it. I mean, I'm going into Baldesion Arsenal, the major raid from Eureka, relatively often, I would say, and I see runs going all the time for that. I know someone that very recently, like in the past month or two, completely went through all of Eureka from the
What kind of monster is this?
quite possible to do now, and that is something that you can busy yourself with as we go into
Holy shit, guys, what was this mob? That's like a freaking box or chest and a head with like arms sticking out. Like, what is this? Holy shit.
busy yourself with as we go.
No, I haven't been there yet.
Very
Those are spoilers for me.
like
It doesn't matter, it's just
glamour
zones.
that you can get from Eureka, and of course the relic weapons, the beautiful relic weapons. I would say that it's worth doing to get the experience of Baldesion Arsenal, which is incredible, and to get the very cool mount Demi Ozma from the final raid that you get access to at the end.
A freaking
of
globe.
Eureka.
Oh, it's
Though
changing
I
into a
felt
cube
Ozma
even
online
if you fly.
trying to get it. Before I go today, I want to remind y'all that we do have a live letter coming this Friday, September 17th at 7 p.m. PDT. So if you're in Europe, it's
Yeah.
gonna be, once again, at the butt crack of dawn. It'll be at
Yeah, I had to
time
sleep. I couldn't even
Yeah,
watch
I
it,
might be sleeping through
sadly.
it and watching the VOD.
Yeah, I
later.
have to watch it later.
If I can, we'll see. How can I sleep under such circumstances? We'll see about it. But that's this
Yeah, I fell
Friday,
asleep.
so please look forward to it. And if you haven't heard, there's also the Final Fantasy 15 Collab Event is back. It is happening this week, so that's one thing. That you
Yay,
have
and
to
yesterday I reached
right
100k
now. That's, of
MGP.
course, before
Halfway
Endwalker.
there till the
I think
car.
it's going to be here until October 18th.
Want
At
the car.
7:59 a.m. PDT is the cutoff time on October 18th. So right now,
Guys, if you are not taking part in the event, you're missing out on something really cool. Like, the glamour looks really cool that you can get from doing this, and I think this car is really nice. Like, it's definitely worth grinding for it. But you need to finish the event quest in order to be able to buy this with MGP.
now's your chance to get that car, to get the very awesome car.
It looks a bit like a Batman mobile, right?
And it's 200k MGP. You can also get the hairstyle, Noctis hairstyle. You can get Noctis Glam, and it's not very hard to do at all. It's pretty easy to go through that and do the trial. I mean, the not trial, the personal instance that you have to do. The
Yeah.
solo duty, no problem. So yeah, I would.
It was actually
that's already
fun.
Live. That's
I
right now
enjoyed
you can
it.
log in
Cool
and get the
mechanics.
car from doing the little quest there. Buns, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video and I hope it's been helpful for you. And sort of
Yeah,
gives
it's
you
definitely helpful. I need to
crystallize some of
like
the
do those
goals that you
solo
might set for
trials now
yourself between now
before I get
and
nerfed.
Endwalker. If you like this video, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel for free by clicking the
subscribing,
subscribe button
yay.
or by sharing this video with your fellow Warriors of Light. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye Zepla, and wow, yeah, I have to really get into like those solo trials. I've seen like a video about it where you can get like easy mounts and stuff, like you can get like freaking unicorns that fly around and stuff. But yeah, I need to do this still, like I need to get it before the nerfs are coming and my character gets weaker. I will probably be done with like Stormblood in like maybe 3 weeks or 2 weeks from now, and then I will hardcore do Shadowbringers. Like my goal is to finish Shadowbringers before Endwalkers, because I want to be up to date now. So I will invest every day several hours into playing Final Fantasy XIV until I get where I should be before Endwalker, and I hope I get like at least 1 week of pure farming or so. So if I'm like, let's say, done 1 week before it drops, like I will every day just do several runs for stuff and try to get everything before the release of Endwalker. But yeah, I wonder if they are balancing some of the jobs as well, because there are some jobs right now that on FF log seem a bit at the bottom. Maybe they need some love by like a 4 or 5% damage buff to certain skills or something. Let's see what they're gonna do about that. But yeah, guys, that was a very insightful, interesting video. Now we know what to do, right? And yeah, I wish everyone a wonderful day. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.